Hey everyone, welcome to Surviving Mars. This is not going to be an episodic series, but this is the second playthrough. I guess I am doing the second tutorial, which is about exploration. It's going to show me how to use my rovers to explore different areas.
And carry resources around the map. Let's use it to refuel the nearby rocket.
And also, I decided to let you guys know I will be getting the sound, the background sound or the music, tad bit quieter so that I don't, uh, ding some sort of DMCA thing. So here I'm taking a snapshot of the rover. For the image, which was showed up in the first time that I played this game. It's pretty easy to traverse this game. It's one of these things where these games where you could actually play with a controller. I believe there is an option to plug in a controller to play the game on the PC, and it's also a game that's also available in the console. Hey, look. We got a bunch of drones. These are the workhorse of the when you land on Mars before your colony comes in with people. These are the things that build down the base and prepare everything, which is a pretty interesting notion. It's something that has been talked about. If you were to colonize different environment, you wouldn't want
Some distance away from the main base.
you wouldn't want a lot of the hard labor and dangerous work to be done by those that are mortal, right? These robots, well, these drones will serve as the first people, well, the first things to set foot on a new land, which is a lot better. It sounds a lot better than just arriving on site with nothing on the ground. So it makes sense. You want to prepare first before you head out on a mission to a path of no return, right? Or we have
We need to construct a new sensor tower to scan the nearby
the RC Commander. So each of these things have a designation and a purpose. RC Commander does these kind of tasks. New expand. So sensor towers. This is where I learned about it. And I was probably not paying attention when I was doing the playthrough. The sensor tower is useful for scanning different parts of the land so you could see all the different resources that are available on the map. And it also increases the efficiency of orbital scans. So it's pretty useful stuff here.
Well done.
You can queue the different scans. We get the stats for each sensor, but if you put it on the outside of where the RC commander or the drone commander can, their effective range, it increases the range of where you can see around. Here's a rover researching an anomaly. Remember that. When I'm doing the playthrough, I notice I don't have any of these research rovers, or these rovers that can do exploration. I only have the transport one. I might need to change up where I want. I kind of like this map. It's something I'm used to now, but there we go. We have successfully explored the area. So
Nice work. Now you know how to handle rovers.
here's the second playthrough. I'm only replaying this map over and over just so I could get used to the game. This is how I played a couple of games in the past before I streamed on Twitch, where an active chat would help me out. I guess somebody could help me out whenever they comment, but it's usually comes in after I've already finished the video. So I had to wait. I had to re-upload a new video with the pro tip that somebody gave, and then that's how YouTube is, I guess. Eventually I'll try to do YouTube live. It's just that my data cap whenever, so I already go through a gig of data, or a terabyte of data a month, and streaming would probably put me over that easily, even though my bitrate quality would be low. It's difficult because a lot of the content now it's hundreds of megs per second, so a terabyte goes by really quick. Anyway, here I'm learning how to maximize my space. So I learned if you put the power line 5 squares behind the dust area of something that creates dust, it helps with the upkeep of the solar panels, so it doesn't degrade its quality, because these things have a maintenance cost, and the one big enemy of these kind of environments is dust. So if you're out of the field of dust, it'll be okay. Fortunately, these machines do get dusty. So I don't know why I put up a solar panel now that it's dark. Here's the light. I guess that's all right. I eventually put a battery here just so that it helps with storing for nighttime. I forget that in this playthrough I do have access to a Sterling generator, and I do that in the later restarts of the game, by the way. So this is for the waste storage part. I'm gonna use a large one just so that I don't have to plop down too many here. This is for the water. So we got a water extractor. You need water to make fuel, so I guess it's hydrogen-based rocket fuel. Got that. I eventually figured out how to make it so that I don't use too many pipes. For now, I'm connecting everything wherever it says to connect. So this is how I learned the game. Here's the battery talked about. Put it up here. I didn't need to spread things out, otherwise a meteor might. hit me. And I didn't realize, but the power lines cost 1 metal for each tiny block. So you have to be sparse with those things if you want to be efficient. So the battery, I would probably have to put the battery somewhere centralized if I wanted to. Or if I had enough metal, it would be okay. But in this beginning of the game, you hardly have stuff. You see, I'm trying to figure out why things aren't connected. And in the beginning of the game, it's useful to plop down a universal that universal mat for storage for resources, because it's all the stuff will stay in the ship if you don't have anywhere to put it. So my first playthrough in this one, I was just plopping down specific mats for materials. Like the concrete, the metal, things like that. Here, you should really utilize transport routes. That way, things are automated, and you don't have idle rovers like I have now. And if you open up that resource map, I have to figure out what they're called. I know I can't really see right now with my even with my glasses on, but those things that store universal storage, I guess. If you click on it, you can put a slider down there to store a number of things in there. If you put that slider on, the drones activate and they look for the resource to put in that kind of thing. So these are kind of cool. These are little prompts that either they'll reward you with something after you make a choice. So this is pretty interesting to have as an option in the game. It's like I call in those RPG elements where you make a choice and then you get rewarded based on your choice. I haven't seen a negative one yet, but I guess it's negative if you don't really need the object or the thing that's being offered. So, or if you miss out on something, that would be the cost of it. Here I'm looking for that particular thing that just came up. I think it was a prefabricated thing that it provided. By the way, I just figured out the ones. When you, if there's a 1 right next to the thing that you select in the build menu, that means it's available for creation or it's prefabricated. So just figured that out. I have a bunch of solar panels here to charge the battery. The goal of, as I said in the previous episode, the goal of this expedition, the first thing here is to once you land, is to make fuel so that your rocket can go back and get more supplies and get a colonist, right? We are Space Y. We use reusable things, and this is what we do. Space Y in the game, by the way. Here I got an array of panels. It might be cheaper. I haven't worked out the math to do that solar array, the really big one. I guess that it was like 32 metal, but it probably costs for maintenance quite a bit. I don't know if it's worth it in the end. I notice if you click on the thing that you want to trace out the zone, it leaves a ghost imprint for a couple seconds and then it disappears. I use that as a guideline for the range of where things are in the map. So gotta keep in mind not to make things too far to have so many lines, because I hardly have any metal. Conserve everything right to go. So what you need for fuel is a water extractor. And you need to build it near a water area, and the water tank keeps the water stored if you have any excess. But the fuel thing, we'll use it to make water. At night, I don't have enough power to make fuel or extract water, so everything stops at night unless the battery is activated. Actually, I think the battery's activated, so everything's good right now. Here, I'm trying to figure out why my metal deposit doesn't work, but then I read it, and you kind of need colonists to mine those things in the ground. So I noticed the drones, when they're assigned to a drone commander station, they don't do anything because there's no commands connected to. But later in the game, you can have them assigned to the rocket, so that anything that the other drones were doing, they could follow suit. But basically, each drone area or drone command area can work on an individual thing based on their vicinity. So I think that's pretty cool. Look at that little guy go delivering the fuel. Hey, it's got an important mission. Keep scanning. Because I have no rover to explore the area, I'm kind of stuck just waiting to build another drone area and going out of the area to keep exploring. I really should have had one of the rovers. I guess I could research that eventually. Or if I can send my rocket back, I'd get a couple of those things. I really should get one of those things. Put another battery there. I think I end the game because it's an hour past. That's all the time that we have. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this playthrough of Surviving Mars, there's going to be another one. I'm going to do the third tutorial and another kind of restart of this map. It's kind of difficult with all the things that are missing, but eventually we'll get to a place where we can be satisfied and continue with the game. Then we'll make it a series. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video so that I can make more of these, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in 3 days. This is John Nezodam signing out. Take care, stay safe, and remember, you're essential.